No, I'm really what they call it, bullish. Bullish on
Okay, you're a bullish investor.
Good to hear.
bullish on that investment. I mean, I just see so many money moves being made towards it. Like I said, I think a couple weeks ago, Warren Buffett donated $500 million towards it last year.
Oh
Um,
shit.
they just partnered with the Bank of Morocco, the largest bank in Morocco, um, recently. So they partner with central banks for countries. Um, so yeah, and like I was telling you guys earlier, I'll tell the audience, they'll be used to create metaverses and play to earn experiences, digital experiences, virtual experiences, starting next week. So if you're interested in getting involved in that, check it out. Do your research.
For
Yep,
sure.
yep, yep. We didn't even really talk about what we were going to talk about, but I know what I'm going to talk about. Do you guys have topics?
Uh, I got two. I kind of don't know which one I want to bring up. I'll probably bring up the more bullshit one. But
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever's more entertaining.
Okay, yeah.
For
I,
sure.
I won't bring up the other one then. Yeah, because it's gonna be yeah.
For sure. What's up, Solomon?
I was gonna bring up one football because
Oh yeah, we gotta definitely talk about football.
we do have to,
Mhm.
and I'm not gonna
I
stay on
I,
it too long because we talked about it last week.
I took I took I took notes about what happened. Honestly,
Damn.
I was
Wonderful,
wonderful, right? I
wonderful. I'm
was
glad. Let's dissect. I know you're gonna attempt to create a narrative that the Dallas Cowboys were
hold on one second.
lost.
Hold on one second, yo.
It's good for sure. I'm just gonna speak over it just because he's gonna talk about how Dallas just, were their own worst enemy, didn't know how to get the ball moving. I don't think what people understand here is the greatness of Mike Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna leave that for that. For the second part of it, I was probably going to just talk about trade deadlines. I'm going back to back sports week, but I think it's gonna be great. The only reason why is because in one of my group chats this morning, I received the very first potential Lakers trade, sending Russ away from the Lakers
For Ben
and
Simmons.
some random team giving up all
Oh.
their best players and
What were you
working
talking
out.
about? What were you talking about? That was gonna be my topic.
Oh, actually?
I was gonna talk about Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
I
shit.
really want.
My topic was mostly gonna be talking about like the trade, like how every time like this time of year, like the Lakers, like this time of year and as well in July, they always like Photoshop Lakers like
Oh
players
yeah,
from all over the league,
yeah.
like those
Yeah.
trade simulators that
Yeah.
gotta get screenshot, giving like the Lakers a wonderful deal, and giving away like Russell Westbrook.
Right. No, they were trying to give away Steve Nash. They were trying to
Yeah,
give away.
all that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was about to talk about that in my second half, but I can switch it up. I don't really care.
They're getting Russell for Lonzo back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. It's fucking great.
So I mean, yeah, that's interesting to talk about. I guess. I mean, it's just something that happens every year. It's like the weather changing.
It is. It is great.
Like,
It
do
is like
any
to
of
bring
those
it up. I
pictures
just like to bring
actually
it up.
happen? No.
Never.
But
You just see them. You always got to see them.
we
Can't.
can build hype around it, talk about it, the theory, trying to manifest it. Laker
For sure.
fans do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm not a Laker fan, so I can't relate. Can't relate.
Not either. Can't relate.
Only time I did that was for KD, and look what
And
happened.
look at God.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
but for sure, let's get into it then. This is the Mostly Bullshitting podcast.
So, Mike.
I'm Brandon,
I'm Solomon.
and this is the weekly get together with three former college roommates, where we talk about sports, politics, technology, science, art, music, all of the above.
Everything
And
that you can find at your local liberal arts college.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, anything that you might run across at a liberal arts college. That's funny as fuck. But yeah, we just mostly bullshitting though, just talking about, bullshit. So usually we start with Mike. Mike, what you got for us this week?
So I'm gonna have to talk about Kanye. Over this past weekend was one of his over this past weekend was one of his kids' birthday, in which he was not allegedly not invited to. And and Kanye was very upset. Then a few days later, track with a game dropped where he's dissing Kim and Pete Davidson, and just airing out his frustrations of what's going on in his life.
Hey, Mike, I'm sorry to cut you off real quick, but for me and the viewing audience, I actually didn't hear the song. What do you really get into in the bars?
You didn't hear the song, man? You gotta hear that song.
I need to. I got to. I was lacking.
I mean, I feel like he was just kind of like, he's just airing out his frustrations. He's talking about he's going to kick Pete Davidson's ass. And he was talking about why he bought the house across the street from Kim. He was like something, what is the point of being rich for if you can't do that? Pretty much just talking about the status of his life right now, in true Kanye fashion.
That's where Kanye becomes his best, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, and he's just the kind of guy that I think likes attention and knows what will get attention.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree. It's just I feel like the whole buying the house across the street thing is a little creepy.
It is. It is.
Like that's like borderline like stalker shit.
But I don't know if his ex-wife has she said anything about it?
Or
about his comments.
Like it might have been, low key, it might have been an agreement, so they could easily.
Right. It's like we can do that. That's fine. He probably talked to her about it, because I don't know if it's like I did that and she didn't even know, and now she got to deal with me kind of thing. Because he's like out with other girls and stuff, and
wildin'.
I mean, he's doing whatever he wanted to do. Like, I don't know if it's that crazy, but he knows the perception to the common person, and it's like, oh, that's so scandalous. Let me buy into whatever's going on. But that's cool, man. Like, if she doesn't have a problem with it, then we shouldn't have a problem with it. And
I mean, like, I feel like
do what he wants to do.
I mean, I feel like she should have a problem with him saying he's about to kick her current boyfriend's ass. Like
on the song, though,
yeah.
As an entertainer, I don't know. I mean, her current boyfriend is a comedian. He's probably said crazier shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's expression.
I feel like the difference though with Kanye is like Kanye like truly means the shit that he speaks.
Does he?
I feel like he does.
He definitely felt it when he said it though. In the studio. Definitely felt it when he.
Sure, he's great. He's great at what he does. He's top talent at what he does. at a rapping vocalist, he's top tier. I mean, he's older now, but like just throughout his career, like legendary.
Yes. But how is that relevant to the point at hand and what he was rapping about on Pete Davidson?
He could say whatever and it will sound good.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was hard.
He can say whatever. It doesn't mean it have to be true. He didn't have to write it. What are you talking about, Solomon? Like it doesn't have to actually be his life experience at all. He's a rapper, Solomon. What are we talking about? You expect these rappers did all this shit they released? Like, I mean, some of them did. I mean, I'm not even. Some of them are like really.
I'm not really saying
this is how I like decompress.
Like I get you, but like you are the father to your like children. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of like does he have a responsibility? Does he have a responsibility as a father? Is he responsible? What's the time? You're literally stopping me 5 seconds into me talking, bro.
All right.
Actually get to my point. Does he have a responsibility to Kim K? Does he have a responsibility to his children?
To do what?
To not attempt to intervene into his own life in a way that might be.
How is he intervening if he moved across the street? He says nothing about it.
Man,
he lives his own life.
Across the street is okay.
He just he knows the perception of it. He knows like, oh, if it was me as a common person, what would that look like? But he don't even deal with the same shit that we deal with.
I mean, that's what,
so like to us, that would be a big ass deal. To us, that would be a big ass deal because what else do we got going on? But he got plenty of other shit going on in his life. And
I mean, I get that, Brandon, but why did he need to move there? Like, what?
They got plenty of other houses. Like, it's so many like other things going on. It's just like, of course, the perception is going to garner attention.
Okay.
I just don't see like what the point was. Like for
because he understands that he understands that it's a situation, it's a scenario where if that happened to the common everyday person, that would affect them. So he's like, oh, I need to exasperate this moment so I can connect with people. With
other people, not his family.
He's connected with his family. I mean, he tried it. Apparently he has some problem with some like birthday party or something.
Yeah, that was part of the reason he was so upset, is because he wasn't invited to his daughter's birthday party.
So apparently I don't know. I
guess they didn't send him the address.
Like what I'm trying to say here is like, are the actions actually, because what he said was he wants, no matter what he wants to get together back with his family. And since one thing has gotten wrong outside of that path on the way back to his family, just from the perspective of the common person, it might seem he's acting a little bit erratically. And now his family is reacting in a way where there's distancing from Kanye slightly, which is a little down the path opposite of what Kanye initially wanted.
I don't know, maybe they're trying to protect him because he is their dad, like somebody's dad, but that is an interesting angle, and that is true about the birthday party. That is a little messed up.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're necessarily on the best terms. You're right.
Well, allegedly,
I totally forgot about the birthday party thing.
Allegedly, he was invited, but they didn't share the address with him or something like that. Like,
because he ended up going, right? He ended up showing.
Yeah, I think he ended up. Yeah, I think he just made a big deal about it, being upset.
Right. So it might have been like some paranoia. Yeah, it might have been like some paranoia kind of thing. So he was invited, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, and then he got like a little mix up, maybe, perhaps, or that's probably what they're saying. They're probably saying it was a mix up. He's probably
might have just been traumatized in the tabloids.
Because he's a dramatic person.
Really? That's literally his life. No, it is his life.
He's going to exasperate situations in order to make it more relatable to the common person shopping in the grocery store.
I can see it. Yeah.
He don't shop in the grocery store.
He does not.
But they gotta have.
He does not know what the price of a bag of rice is.
These celebrities gotta have things going on in their life where it's like, oh wow, this is grabbing me, common person's attention. Because if this happened to me, then oh my god, like it's over. Everything's over. Like I wouldn't even know how to mention.
I just don't like. I still don't think like it don't matter if you're a common person or a rich person. I still feel like that's weird. Moving in the same neighborhood as your soon-to-be ex-wife.
It's for sure weird. He definitely has a right to do so, but it is weird, and we don't know. But I think Solomon might have brought it up earlier. Like it might be on purpose. Who knows?
Like it's just all for the net. Well, keeping up with the Kardashians is done now, but
keeping up for the Kardashians. But it's just like it's not like we gotta transport our kids are like the most important kids in this area,
and
like we gotta we don't want to if they got to go to your house. If you want to spend time with them, we don't want it to be like hell long for him to get there because something could happen. The mom already got kidnapped before, so I'm sure the security's on some other shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, like maybe it could be on purpose because they deal with different shit than we deal with.
No, I don't know. It's like we can't get into the minds of celebrities, bro. I'm really not. Yeah, it's like
you could if you just like pay attention, but like I don't know.
What can we really say to that?
I thought the song was great.
For sure. I'm actually
Yeah,
gonna listen.
it was a good
I
song.
feel like anytime Kanye's in that kind of bag,
I think the
I think he
game went
gotta
in
go
too. The
off.
game, is a solid rapper.
Yep. No, the game is definitely solid.
Solid rapper. He's crazy too.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's
Similar
crazy
types
too.
of crazy, actually. I'd kind of put it to it.
He's crazy too, for sure. But all right, so I guess I'll get into my topic then. I wanted to talk about, how we had a free Ben Simmons episode. I wanted to get into the free Russell Westbrook episode. To piggyback off what Solomon was saying earlier. I do hope maybe not one of the Lakers that are photographed, photoshopped all over the internet. Maybe not one of those guys from another team, but somebody to put Russ in a better situation, because I feel like he's being scapegoated for just systemic systemic problems within the Lakers organization.
Mhm.
Starting with the front office, just signing all these old ass players, not having, a reliable backup center that you can play 30 minutes a game, an athletic center in today's NBA, which is crazy, where everyone's like sets picks and you have to switch.
Mhm.
So I thought that was crazy. They have like LeBron playing center, they'll have like Melo playing center. Nowadays, now that AD's out, and because Dwight Howard can't play that long, he hasn't been able to play that long this season. DeAndre Jordan is useless.
Yeah.
That's
EMPs,
facts. He'd been useless in Brooklyn. We knew that though.
but they can't cut him
Can't cut him.
because there's no one else available with the IQ necessary to play at that level if you're trying to actually do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the main problem is that they got Russ playing at the wing, and he's a point guard. And I don't expect, that's like a lot of people are expecting Russ to adjust to LeBron's game.
But
And
like that,
I don't expect that to ever happen.
yeah, like Russ he doesn't have the capability to adjust to someone else's game.
Right.
Like
And I don't think
theoretically, you're running in LeBron's offense, so you have to
Right.
adjust accordingly. And it's like that goes into like Vogel's schemes and everything. When Russ is a primary point of offense, you get to utilize him in a crazy amount of ways. But when he's like when he's in a third role, he's not on the spotlight as much. But due to the fact that AD has been down, you know what I'm saying? It puts him bright in the fucking spotlight where the main duo is not supposed to be that. The main duo is supposed to be Braun and a bigger dude.
it has to be Bron, a bigger dude, and shooters.
Yeah, that's literally the fucking formula to end Braun's like career. And the thing is with Russ, he provides like
Not only a bigger dude, but someone who can, maintain on defense.
Yeah.
That's it's not even like a guy who can score. Like he didn't necessarily even need like somebody like AD, honestly. That's why people are like trade AD. And I'm like, hey.
They didn't need somebody like AD. He just needed shooters and another star that knows how to play efficiently. But AD has been too hurt, and Westbrook is not an efficient player.
But what's crazy is AD was so important for them when they won that bubble championship. But that was a bubble championship.
It was, but it was.
So I'm just playing normal circumstances, normal NBA season. Him and AD is not enough, as we can see.
Because one of them is going to go down. Like literally what it looks like. Like no matter how many seasons are going to be played by the Lakers, I think like AD is too fragile and Braun is too old.
One of them's going to go down
for them to have a consistent like season.
One of them's going to go down with some minor ass shit. I mean, I don't know. They're big as hell, so it might be different. You know what I'm saying? That's something like I can't relate to being that big as hell. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it might actually affect them more than with someone else. So I don't know. Like the injuries that take them out of the season. But I don't.
Oh, go ahead.
I just feel like LeBron being I've seen him play different roles on a team, do what's necessary. Like when he played with D-Wade, there was like moments, and it might happen in the playoffs. So I don't think the Lakers should give up on Russ yet. But LeBron could kind of defer to D-Wade and let him run point, right? LeBron could kind of defer to Kyrie and let him run point.
Yeah.
But like D-Wade and Kyrie are
also
more efficient.
Wings.
They're wings, but they're more efficient players. Their play style is different. Like
Right.
D-Wade, D-Wade, of course, he had the athleticism, but towards the end of his career, he would play like that low, like he would like play mid post,
Right.
up, like
playing from the
there.
elbow, though.
Like
Russ plays from the
exactly.
top of the key. He's
Exactly.
a point guard. So so Kyrie and D-Wade are also wings, so they can play the elbow. Russ isn't that guy that can do that, but he is one of the most impactful guys from the top of the key in league history, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
And what LeBron is capable of doing with Kyrie, with D-Wade, he needs to do that all the time with Russ, but I don't think he will.
Can I just say something right here? And this is going to sound like a crazy Warrior fan talk. I think this really points out the value of Draymond Green and the value of what a player can do facilitating at the top of the key. And like literally that type of player literally unlocks an offense. If you can play as a facilitator from inside, because when you have a man like Braun can't play, like he can play from the top of the post, but that makes him a more ineffective player. You gotta play him on the top of the key.
They need to play Russ like Draymond.
But the thing is, Russ does not have the
Braun
IQ
needs to
play
say
Draymond. Russ does not have the IQ to play Draymond's role, bro.
I
bet that.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. As a facilitator, I think he does.
Russ is a different type.
As a scorer, no.
Russ is a different type of facilitator. Russ is a James Harden type facilitator. He is not. He will not. Draymond knows how to set the screens. He knows how to roll. He knows how to do a drop off. He knows how to do a misdirection. He knows how to draw a double. He knows how to do so much different shit that is meant for the third, fourth, and fifth person on a team. Russ has only been a number one or a number. He literally number one or number two. He only knows how to play the number one or the number two role. You have to get into the mind of a number three, a number four, a number five guy to be as effective as a Draymond. And I don't think Russ has that at all.
LeBron has to operate off the catch rather than bringing the ball up.
And that's on Braun, though.
That's on Braun, though. And that's what I'm saying. I think the Lakers need to do in order to be more successful.
But you also have to expect
Russ being successful.
But you have to have Russ actually run the offense then. Like you can't have him like.
No, he can't run. No, it can't be the offense. It has to be Russ ball. It has to be Russ and LeBron ball.
How does
and
LeBron
everyone else
become
just has to
effective in
shoot
that
and
thing?
play defense. Like it needs to be Russ, LeBron, and AD. Like it needs to be like the Brooklyn Nets.
So LeBron just needs to kind of like play the
You
post,
need to,
like the high post, and then like
KD him to death.
Yes.
But like Russ will need, like he needs the ability to like.
Russ needs to be Kyrie, and I don't think he can be Kyrie.
I don't think he needs to be Kyrie. I think Russ needs to be Russ, but LeBron needs to be okay with when he getting the ball when he gets the ball, because Russ might not. It's like they're trying to force feed the ball to LeBron all the time, and it's like that's easy. That's a steal. What? You're trying to get the like, and then like Russ is like, well, I gotta shoot now because I'm wide open.
Yeah.
They know. Everybody knows we're force feeding the ball to LeBron so he can set up another play that he wants to run. They need to run whatever Russ ball is, and LeBron should auto adjust to that. I don't think he will because he's trying to beat a scoring record, but he might in the playoffs because that doesn't matter.
I don't know, bro. I gotta see something change for me to believe it. But
like I think LeBron can score.
Go ahead, Mike.
I think LeBron's on track to beat the scoring record regardless of him like being ball dominant. Like I feel like if anything, like actually making the playoffs, being in solid position, and winning the championship is his highest concern. Like
I think that's based on what's going on this season.
I don't know.
Based
Like,
on what I'm seeing, based on what I'm seeing, it's like one, he put himself in this situation by trying to be like bring his buddies, like guys he didn't like that do not need to be on the team. Carmelo doesn't need to be on the team.
Bro, Brandon,
Rondo didn't need to be on the team. Dwight
I
didn't.
just don't think the
Maybe
Lakers
bring
like
Dwight
they just
back,
didn't.
but
conversation.
DeAndre Jordan.
Brandon, I'm
Like the
going to use
Lakers
one
just
of
didn't
your.
have.
Sorry, Mike. I want to just use one of Brandon's conversation. This doesn't matter. The reason why this doesn't matter is because this is LeBron's league, this is LeBron's team, and this is LeBron's decision. Do you think he's going to change up? Do you actually think he's going to change up in a sense where he is going to relinquish more volume of the ball so Russ can have a longer leash? Do you think that like Russ has this short leash because when he gets to play in that role and fucks up like 3 to 4 times, they go away from him. In OKC, you have a longer leash. He plays with more confidence when he has a longer leash. He has a shorter leash with the Lakers.
I believe that he should have the keys. I think they needed to give Russ the keys, and LeBron needed to adjust and get in where he's supposed to fit in and in order to make Russ successful.
You're acting like Russ is the better player on the team.
He's not, but he's limited in certain capacities, but he's also like while he's limited in a lot of things, he's amazing at certain things.
For sure.
So you just need to at just smart. If you're trying to win, you need to utilize what he's great at.
But the thing is, you need to utilize Russ to complement LeBron.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Draymond Green. Draymond Green has a lot of deficiencies in his game.
But he knows how to
like a lot of people will talk
better.
Right, but he. All right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
He knows how to complement on a 5-on-5 team. Like Draymond can complement a player.
All right, so the Warriors are losing to the Pacers right now, and that's because Draymond's not there, right?
Yeah.
And that's because not just because I don't even think it's just because of the defense is not where it needs to be, but I think it's because the offense is not where it needs to be.
Yeah. For sure.
So we need Draymond in order to run the offense to his best ability.
Yep.
Or else we'll lose to teams like the Pacers, just like the Lakers did.
Yeah, but the thing is, Draymond is Draymond Green, and LeBron James is on a different team with Russell Westbrook as it relates to this conversation. We already understand. Like my entire point was, like our point was trying to make Russ be a Draymond Green type player in LeBron's offense because no matter which way we would,
Draymond has the keys. That's the whole problem with him and KD. Is like Draymond's like I run the breaks. No, KD, like maybe in a playoff, but like normally, like typically, I'm running the break. I don't even care if you're Steph Curry, bro. I'm running the break.
Yeah, Steph is extremely unselfish.
Russ can't say that on the Lakers. I'm running the break. He can't say that.
I get that.
But needs to be the case. Like everyone needs to be like, all right, Russ, you're right. You're running the break.
I think the Lakers
We're gonna figure it out because this is because once you figure this out, we're on like nobody can really mess with us.
For sure. I mean, I don't know. I think at the end of the day for the Lakers, I think they just say they'd rather have Bron running the break than Russ.
I don't know why. He's slow as hell.
Well,
yeah, I mean he can shoot. That man can shoot more than I've ever seen him be able to shoot before in his life.
I get it. Yeah.
But he needs to just. I mean, like you can still be super highly efficient and win games by being more by just playing better offense that just fits your team.
I know, but
not allowing one of your best players to just be out there and suffer and just be uncomfortable.
I understand.
You're setting them up to fail.
For sure. What my last statement is for a majority, just for this conversation in general, is that any other NBA player, when put up in a situation where there's a better player on a team, is going to be asked to fit within the system. Usually coaches will do their best to their best ability. They will attempt to make those players' attributes, the secondary, tertiary, fourth and fifth players' attributes they'll try to position them in places where they'll get them in the ball, and they'll get them in places where they'll be able to best apply their skills on the court. I think the Lakers are trying to do that. I do not think there's an active campaign for Russ to not run the offense. I think for the Lakers, they just, from their strategy and scheme, they believe their best way forward is to have Bron, run the offense. So at the end of the day, for most other
they're gonna
players,
have Bron run the offense so he can determine how many shots he gets.
I understand that, but for most other players, they're going to be asked upon to they'll understand their role as the coaches give it to them. The player's responsibility at that point is to adjust their game so they can better morph into a role. And so all this shows me is that Russ is actually not a versatile player.
Better yet, Russ needs to be the James Harden of the Los Angeles Lakers.
For sure, yeah, but I just the thing is, I'm asking something of Russell Westbrook here. I want him to show me
Russ
something.
needs to be the James Harden, and LeBron's trying to play that James Harden role on a team.
But it's Bron's team, and Russ needs to adjust. I don't see Russ adjusting. Bron can adjust in any.
They're gonna lose then. LeBron's gonna score hella points, and they're gonna lose then.
We'll see. Yeah, but it's.
I'm not worried about the Warriors. I know once Draymond comes back,
we're good. We're gravy. We're gravy.
So it's okay.
Okay. All right. Are we done to move on though?
Yeah, man. I mean, we're the best team in the league with just Draymond and Curry. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's move to football. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm bringing back football back to back weeks. It was a very, 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 very important game that happened. Yes. On Sunday at 1:30, it was a blast. If you were from the Bay Area.
I'm from the Bay Area. I didn't have fun.
All I'm saying is the majority of us did. The Niners carried out what was seemingly to be a rout, but turned into some false panic late in the game. At the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys did what the Dallas Cowboys did, made a boneheaded play at the very end of the game. Reminiscent of, do you remember that week 1 game, Brandon, against the New York Giants?
When Eli was still playing?
I'm not sure. I think so, or it might have been Daniel Jones's rookie season.
Okay.
Regardless, if you don't remember, it was a week 1. It was either a Sunday night or a Monday night football game. For the very last play of the game, the Dallas Cowboys had their entire goal was to get one quick pass, get out of bounds, to get the field goal. Motherfucker stayed in bounds. Clock ran out. Funny game, reminiscent of this one today, where Dak, with 11 seconds, elected to run for 9 yards, not knowing that the referee had to touch the ball between downs to get the next play live. Seemingly, the result, as a result, the Dallas Cowboys had to end the game. Man, looking real crazy. It looked lit for me. I was lit the entire time, man. And we got the Green Bay Packers. And for those who don't know, the Niners have a 3-0 record against the Green Bay Packers in the postseason. So we're going to see them in Lambeau on Saturday. I believe it's Saturday night. So it will be a fun one to watch. But I want to come back to the fucking game. I want to know what your thoughts were about the game as it played out. What are your thoughts, the implications for next season for the losers of that team? Because there are big money players on that team, and one of them might have to go. So I will leave the ball in your courts. Mike, how'd you feel?
Zeke gotta go.
I want to ask Mike first because I know Brandon, you got the. I know you got.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely watched that fourth quarter. I thought it looked like the Cowboys were gonna make the comeback. I thought it was a dumb play of Dak there at the end to try to run the ball. I feel like he should have just thrown it away, or or at least went for attempted the pass instead of running it. I know probably in his head he thought he had enough time, but that was just for game on the line, like that was too much of a risk to try to take in that situation.
I don't know.
Michelle, Brandon, what are you feeling?
I thought the drive before that was worse. I mean, when we had the ball with like a minute left and couldn't score and had to punt, I think that was a worse drive. But that's why I'm be like, Zeke got to go because we're not able to get first downs with short yardage, running the ball.
Yeah, you guys have to rely on the throw. I see it every time now too.
So it's like when we're like handicapped like that, handcuffed like that, there's only so much that we can do as a football team. I mean, you got like Debo 10 carries, 72 yards, Mitchell 27 carries, 96 yards. You know, that's the kind of production you need from your running backs.
Big boy numbers. Big boy numbers.
And it's like Debo's great, he's a wide receiver. Mitchell's great, but he's, you know, just a normal ass running back.
We just got one special player in a regular team.
Right. And so it's like
special players. George Kittle special.
Nah, he didn't do shit for y'all really, but
not this game, but trust me, in certain games, he's game savers.
He's kind of his back's kind of messed up, but I'll definitely say you guys are probably gonna lose to the Packers
for sure.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, congratulations to you guys winning.
Thank you.
But I feel like the Cowboys should have won that game had we had a reliable run game or just a half decent normal ass run game. Just like if someone was able to with 27 carries put up, you know, Elijah Mitchell numbers, or at least get, you know, convert some downs, you know, get some yardage, get some extra possessions, you know, that would have been better for the, you know, just for us moving like down the field. We probably would have been able to score a couple field goals so that when we're at that last point, we don't have to, you know, go for a touchdown in order to win the game. We can go for a field goal to win the game.
For sure.
You know, so it's like I feel like that game we should have definitely won. But we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with Zeke, because I think Jerry Jones really likes him. I think Zeke changed his life around for the team. You know, based on like the amount of trouble he was getting into when he, you know, started out, and compared to now, I don't hear anything about Zeke at all now.
For sure.
You know, in terms of him getting in trouble or doing something that he shouldn't be doing or whatever, or like wilding out, you know, partying too hard or whatever.
Yeah.
So
probably sees it as an investment, you know.
Right. We might have to wait it out because they're like, okay, we can trust his character.
For sure.
But he's not producing, and he's being like he is producing in some ways because he's giving Dak extra time. He's a great blocker. A great blocker, and you might not be able to find another running back who can block as well as Zeke. However, Dak is not. Dak is not
really that good. Yeah,
Dak's not that talented of a quarterback, but he's better than
and Amari Cooper, and you're putting up Dak numbers.
He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo, in my opinion.
Jimmy Garoppolo knows how to look. Jimmy Garoppolo has worse receivers and is putting up more yards.
But Jimmy Garoppolo has the threat of a run game.
But the defense should be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of goes on. Does that go into the defense? Like, or the Dallas defense? Because, like, y'all defense is supposed to be the top defense in the league. Why are we running through y'all?
Your defensive line is never really anticipating a run.
So, like, what happened?
Actually nice. You know what I'm saying? Y'all defense's number is nice. Like, on touchdowns.
Their defensive line is nice, but I'm just saying they're never going to anticipate a run.
You guys have how many runs did you guys have?
We had
total
16 carries total. 12 by Zeke for 31 yards.
Yeah,
and
negative.
4 by Pollard for 14. Pollard more yards per carry than Zeke.
And that's actually more due to the fact that y'all were down 13-0, like in the first half. Like the most of the reason why y'all had to throw is because y'all were down early. And it didn't like Like to be
We were
perfectly
down early because we couldn't get down the field to at least score 3 points.
on the first drive.
The
Bro,
first,
we were up
the
to like
second drive,
so the
the
Niners
third
started.
drive,
The
the fourth drive.
for sure.
We need to
We
score
were locked-
at least 3 points.
For sure. We locked y'all up. Locked y'all
We
up.
couldn't run.
Locks.
So like what
Locks.
happened
Call
to
it what
Zeke
you want.
though?
Call it what
Like
you want. Call it what
That's
you want.
locks.
Call it what you
That's
want.
locks. It's supposed to be a top 5 running back. That's locks.
I've
that's
never
what-
said he was a top 5 running back. He's
Locks.
paid like a top 5 running back, but who cares? Kirk Cousins
like,
paid like a
numbers
top
wise-
quarterback.
On this Niners defense, Brandon.
numbers wise, isn't he a top running back? Like,
Yeah, bro. This
He's
is
really
just
like-
not.
yeah, but you're just a Dallas Cowboys fan saying
Oh,
that.
all right, so Zeke got a lot of Zeke got a lot of touchdowns. As we play in a weak ass division, I will not lie to you.
For sure.
I will not lie to anyone. We play in a
Sure.
weak ass division where like we might be able to run up the score on. And we had honestly this season the easiest schedule I've ever seen us have in a season.
Mm-hmm.
We're like the only real teams that we played were the Chiefs and the Buccaneers.
So y'all wasn't playing real teams.
That's the only teams that we played that are in the playoffs right now.
Well, y'all played a real team.
I mean, we played a real team, and that's what I mean. Anytime we played a half decent team, we would lose. But we should have beat you guys, and you guys I believe are going to lose in Lambeau, but we'll see. We'll see.
For sure, we will see. And you know, hindsight's 2020. But shit, it will be a wonderful snowy night. We're gonna get it popping.
I hope I know Zeke is great for helping Dak out because he's not a guy that can get the ball out fast, and you got to rely on, your receivers running great routes. But I don't know if there's a quarterback better than Dak that's available. I know there's running backs that they're gonna put up better numbers than Zeke, at least running the ball.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
I know that there's running backs out there that will do that. I know that for a fact. Running the ball, I know that for a fact. Zeke scored a lot too. Goal line. We could keep him as a goal line. He knows how to get it.
But like, I honestly think that third down. Like, I know Zeke can get 3rd and 1s, bro. He gets 3rd and 1s and 3rd and 2s.
I've seen him get stuffed all season. All season when we play a real team, but we play in the NFC least. It's a terrible division. So yeah, he might do it against the Eagles. He might do it against the Giants. He might do it against what's the other team? The Washington football team. So yeah, so like he might do it against them, but when we play the Broncos, he's getting stuffed. When we play the Cardinals, he's getting stuffed.
That's actually hilarious. I get you. All right, fuck it. I see where you're coming from.
When we play y'all, he's getting stuffed.
Sure. Facts. We have a real defense. Our corners and safeties. Well, no. I don't want to call them all out, but like some of them, might have some low moments.
I really want to see how real they are this weekend. I really want to.
Yeah,
see
bro. That's what I'm scared about.
I really want to see. I really want to see how real.
Thomas, we believe in you. Emmanuel Mosley, we believe in you. Jacquees Tart, we believe in you. Jimmy Ward, we believe in you. We are here with you. We are squad till the end. It is our safeties and our corners that will make or break next week. And I cannot wait. I will be watching. And I hope to come back next week smiling. I'm not going to lie to you. Hopefully.
Solomon's going to have his Niners blankie.
I only got the hat.
His hat.
Wherever it is. I'll rock it next week. I didn't need to rock it this week because I knew it was the win. Brandon decided to rock the SF for me because he took the L. So I appreciate
it. Solomon. It's a totally different sport.
No, I'm messing. All right. For sure. I'm cool. That's pretty much all I wanted to chop it up. But,
For sure. Well, it's a tie game. 15 seconds left, so I'm gonna see if I can catch that.
It's good. For sure, y'all. It was good chopping it up, as always.
Yes, sir.
I guess I'll catch y'all next week.
Yeah, I'll catch y'all next week.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.